Welcome back to Gill Stadium here at the Football Jamboree, Manchester, New Hampshire. We got the main event here, I'd say, Central High School, my old stomping grounds. And Coach Ray is going to be getting his first look at his team this year, Coach Buzz.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. They're playing a Division II team, so we'll see how it works out for them. At least see if they can get the kinks out.
Right. It's always nice to have, I wouldn't call it a warm-up game, but it is a kind of a warm-up game in a sense. The game doesn't count, but it's first look, and, we got should be a good look at least.
Yeah, I was talking to one of the Pembroke coaches. They got like 28 on their roster total. So, that's the difference, at that level when you're talking about
And Central has 51, I think. I was talking to Matt Murphy, the Gridiron Club president, and he was telling me freshman through senior, everyone included, 51. So
yeah, it's
back in the day, that wouldn't be a big number, but it is, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll see what happens here. Central kicks off here, and we are on the way here. Here we go, a loose ball, and it's fielded, and it's an open ball, and Central gets a big break, but no. Muffs the kick return. Coach Buzz, he had his hands on it, and then he kind of got a little excited, didn't he?
I think he tried to scoop it up there.
Yeah, he can't advance it, though. You got to get that ball.
Right, so you're better off just falling on that there. But that's, lesson learned for the kid.
Lesson learned indeed, and he'll be told by the coach, he can't really try to make a instant touchdown on that one.
Yeah,
but
just
jump on the ball, get the ball, but it's okay, and we'll see what happens here. Central's defense will come out right now, featuring. They got some couple studs to look at, and you look at their line, just like Memorial, with these Division I players, you're going to see some size on the line.
Right, that'll be the difference up front too, with Pembroke not having the size.
Pembroke comes out and just a quick dive up the run, but it's really tough running as he gets. Good form tackle there, kind of absorbed the hit right there. But, tough running by number 32 right there.
Yeah, I'm trying to find him because this roster is, like, all over the place. It's Luke. Sorry, give me a minute.
Good run, Luke.
Luke Hansen.
Luke Hansen with a good, tough run, and also a nice tackle on the outside linebacker. Outside linebacker is a big spot here. On the sweeps, you see a lot of sweeps at this level. I know you're not a big fan of the 3rd and 1 sweep.
Yeah.
But, hey, here we go. So, what about Pembroke? If they can actually beat, a Central, they got to be looking to lick their chops on that one, right?
Yeah. I don't know if they're looking to win the game or anything, but, if they can just compete and stay healthy through it, the schedules are much different. Central's got to go on and play much tougher teams than Pembroke does, so they just need to not get hurt. When you only got 28 guys, 14 of them are on the field playing probably, and the other 14 are younger guys.
It's a good point. You're going to really test their wind right now.
Right.
Conditioning is going to be key. As under going from the shotgun is going to be the quarterback, Joe Fitzgerald. So we'll see what he can do here. 3rd down. Central comes in hard, and, they're kind of winning that line of scrimmage, aren't they?
Yeah, and there's a jet sweep to the short side of the field on 3rd and long. Again, not a fan. But that's Trey Cannon running the ball, and he actually played for me at West as a freshman and moved out to Pembroke, and interested to see what he's doing. He's a pretty good athlete.
Yeah, so. Central used to pick from Pembroke as one of their pools, hooks at Pembroke. You kind of shorten the pool of players. This is interesting, though. It's 4th and 19 here. Well, 4th and I think it looks like they're going for it, doesn't it?
He could be pitching it back to punt.
Something's going on.
Yeah, this is really weird if they're going to.
Motion, and they are going to do what. Whoa!
Yeah, see,
blocked big time.
So he wasn't far enough back to. So here's the deal with.
It's weird. It's weird, right? Yeah.
When you only have a small roster and you only have a short amount of time to get ready. That's what's tough with playing in this format. You have to get all your special teams ready to go, right, in this week rather than having another week to do it. Obviously, special teams are important, but there's a Jamboree up in Kingswood that West goes to now that there's no special teams involved, so you just play multiple different teams. So that's the positives and negatives with playing in a game situation. Positive is now you can get the kinks out, and now you can see, okay, we have to fix that,
Central looking for a big year out of the returning starting quarterback, Salvi. Came in as a sophomore starting, and he's got some poise to him in that extra year. And look at that little scatterback, number 1.
That's Liam King.
Yeah, Liam King's one of the players Coach Ray said to look for. And, we're going to be calling a few names over and over, I feel like.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Coach John Trisciani taking over the defense this year for Central.
Had a good dynamic.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Couple big personalities.
Yeah.
But he showed pretty good first drive, I'd say, on defense.
Yeah.
So we'll see what Central can do here. We saw Bedford kind of score at ease last game. We'll see if Central can put some numbers up today. As Salvi waits on the snap. Shotgun hands it off. There he is again. He's quick, right? It's like kind of a scatter.
Yeah.
Kind of like
he's not putting his shoulder pads down. That's Corbin Brown for Pembroke on a nice stop.
Yeah.
51. Came across and, didn't exactly lower his shoulders there. He was kind of looking for open field.
So Central's going to come up 3rd and 3 here. Trying to punch it on, and Salvi will kind of go from the shotgun, I feel like, all game, and then go from there. Get a feel for it. Here's a snap. Gives it back to him, and there you go. Wow, he really is elusive.
Yeah,
Liam
he's
King.
a little did he get in? No, he's right at the inch line, I think.
Coach Buzz, only a sophomore, is Liam, so that's got to show you
good.
something.
That's good, and the quarterback's a sophomore as well, right?
Junior, but he did
junior?
start as a sophomore. He actually got a lot of playing time as a freshman, too.
Right, so, it's good. That's good. And
Yeah.
just got to get the numbers up there, When
Sure.
you're competing against the teams that they are, it's very difficult.
It is. And Salvi's, slated as one of the better quarterbacks in the state. So 1st and goal from the 1, looking to punch it in, and Pembroke does their job right there, stuffing it out.
Not bad resolve from Pembroke.
I mean, you get a sellout at that point, and that's what they did, yeah.
I mean, Liam, I don't know, he seems like a smaller guy, so I don't know if he's a power back yet. So maybe short yardage, you might have a bigger back in there,
You see Rodriguez.
Nobody has a fullback anymore, huh?
I don't see many fullbacks.
Right?
No.
So it's like those days are gone.
We saw a memorial feature with number 30, but that's
Yeah, but that's a different offense.
That's their offense, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Big snap. Uh-oh. Get a hop on it, and Pembroke gets the turnover, Coach. 1st and goal from the 1. Kind of Central's MO the last couple of years, it seems like. They kind of do that stuff. And
we saw Sauhegan kind of stub their toe on the same situation, right? 1st and goal from the 1, and they ended up scoring on a kind of broken play later on. But, they didn't.
That quarterback to center snap is obviously important, but
when it goes 5 feet over your head, it's really important.
It's a bummer. So nothing, and Pembroke's going to get the ball back here. See it, Trisciani's defense can do here again as Pembroke's another bad snap, but it's a screen, well played. I say that, and he's got some. He's big.
Yeah, I mean the kid's got some wheels too.
Wow, look at him.
Yeah.
He's like Bo Jackson out there.
I'll tell you what. It's been a couple years, so we didn't play Pembroke for the last couple of years, so I don't really know any of these kids. But this kid, Luke Hansen, looks like a man.
Sometimes a player will kind of carry not carry the team, but obviously be featured. It seems like he's their guy, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, he's big and tough to take down, and nice little shoulder move right there. So Central's going to have to step it up as Pembroke is kind of tilted the wheel here. It looked like all Central for a minute. A couple blenders already. They had that kickoff.
Yeah.
Rolling out left and wide open in the flat. He's going to take off, and he's going to get some open field and take him down in the sideline. But again,
so nice job. The quarterback got it out of his hands quick.
At a waggle, Coach?
Yeah. That was more, no. Waggles a little bit differently when you're rolling out, but that was just a rollout pass, and just a quick out, and the kid turned it up. Nice job. Tucked the ball in.
Caught the flat nice.
Yeah.
Right, it's key to catch it in stride, which he did. And that was a nice ball right there by the quarterback, Joe Fitzgerald. So we see here, Pembroke's moving it along. Again, I said it. Central looked like they were coming out strong, but now Pembroke's got the short side of the field. He's rolling out right again, and he's got big pressure and kind of does the right thing, I'd say, because he had a sandwich coming on.
Yeah.
Big sandwich.
These teams know each other a little bit because I know in the preseason 7-on-7s they go together. You know, there's a three-way thing with Memorial and Central and Pembroke, and West was involved in that too. So they know each other a little bit as far as their pass patterns and everything. But it's interesting to see a Division II team trying to keep up with a Division I team.
What's the gap, you think? Like, is it very noticeable?
Oh, it's huge.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, I think the top-tier D2 teams can play in D1. You know, the top 4 or 5 teams can play in D1, no problem. But after that, there's a huge drop-off, you know. And more so from 2 to 3, you know. Although we did see Trinity compete with Sauhegan today, which Sauhegan's picked number 1 in the division, so Trinity did a heck of a job against them, right?
Yeah, they really did.
I mean, athletically, they were right with them, you know.
Yeah, and they got some size. I mean, they're the smallest pool I've seen at a school come up with some top-notch talent. Screen right, and gets the numbers here and breaks tackles. Central's missed about 8 tackles today already, and guess what? They're at the 1-yard line. So Triciani's defense is going to have to do what Pembroke's defense did last time, first and goal from the 1.
And, that's Trey Cannon, who, like I said, he played for me as a freshman. And, as much as I wanted to see him make a good play there, I'm glad he didn't score because he likes to talk. He would have been texting me like no tomorrow. Yeah, he's a talker. Well, but his brother is still at West, so his brother's playing for West, and he's living out in Pembroke. And that was a nice little play.
Yeah,
nice catch.
It's nice to catch up with your old players once in a while, you know?
Yeah.
Here's Fitzgerald from the going to take it himself, and he sees a little gap, and he goes for it. He kind of slices and dices, but he's not in. Yeah, he is in.
Yeah, it's just a quarterback power.
Yep.
They brought everybody in like kind of a wedge, right? And just ran quarterback power.
It seems a little predictable, but
yeah, I mean, you tell them it's coming, and here we come. We're coming right at you, so it's.
Instead of that, Central had that same opportunity, but he, bopped it over his head, and then.
Yeah.
Now, if they can get this win, wouldn't that really give them a nice, confidence?
Yeah,
I'd be shocked, but they're doing it right now. So, and there's only 2 quarters. So, again, it means nothing. It's a scrimmage essentially.
It does give you a little bit of a. I was down on the field after the Memorial game. I was talking to the Memorial coaches a little bit, and their kids, think, we stink because we didn't get the W, but nobody in the long run, it doesn't matter as long as you have a good showing, and you know what you need to work on.
Corner out, just a toss up, and able to make the play there. I mean, they just spread it out as wide as you can right there, and kind of did a timing fade route. But
it's just a fade to Trey Cannon and try to out athletic the other guy, and
the other guy, we say that because we can't read the numbers.
Right, the silver numbers, man, are tough.
Number 17 on that play, Caleb Grondin, a sophomore DB, made a nice play on that.
That was. He stayed right with him, and so let's see if Central can come out and get a good drive here.
We'll see, right? So
the rain's coming down pretty hard now.
Yeah, and we got Friday. We started doing this at 4:00. We saw a couple day games, a little humidity, but now Friday Night Lights is kind of a different atmosphere. And walking through the crowd, shaking hands and signing autographs and everything. I did notice there is quite a buzz in the air. There's a lot of people here.
Yeah,
they're getting tickets and
Yeah, it's a good event. It's a good thing for Central to run this every year, and it's a good fundraiser for them. everybody likes it. It's been going back for years, right?
It must be because I know, probably
You got this,
80s,
the
right?
Queen City Jamboree for football and the Queen City Jamboree for basketball, and it's
They're
big.
fun,
It's
and
huge.
they're the fun. It's fun. It's usually in the beginning of the season. Those Christmas tournaments and stuff give you an idea. But it's good that the city comes together, and it's nice. I mean, I'm a purist because I think it's nice to see each school be represented by one team. Obviously, like field hockey, some teams get to merge to make a team.
Yeah.
Football seems to, in basketball too, it seems to have that tradition of people coming out for sports.
Well, yeah, I mean, basketball is, you only need 5 guys out there at a time, right? So numbers are not as drastic as football, Football is all about having players, If you don't have the numbers, then that's when it begins to – I've seen teams drop off from winning a state championship one year, and the next year they're playing a JV schedule. I mean, that's the way that times are going right now. It's
you see that with Trinity, like they won the state
Yeah,
championship,
they did,
and then
right.
in the middle of the road, a lot of transfers though.
And most recently, Lebanon. I mean, Lebanon had an unreal team a few years back, and the next team they come out and we beat them, 59-0 or something, and they barely made the season. And now this year they're playing a JV schedule, and this is 2 years away from playing in the championship game. So it's like
you can really ride a couple horses too, though.
Yeah, but they had a bunch of kids, so it wasn't. I don't know what happens, and sometimes it's coaching. To be frank with you, it's like the wrong guys there, and some guys just aren't doing it for the right reasons. And
right. Well, that's for our post-game show.
Yeah. I mean, it really is.
But Central's going to keep trying the luck with Liam King as he gets the carry sophomore running back. He's kind of taking the load as Salvi's been doing a lot of handing off today.
Yeah, I don't know how much depth they have at running back, but this kid looks pretty slippery. So
yeah, you got to wonder if he can get out in that open field. He's probably like a burner too when he gets going. But yeah, coach gives the so as a quarterback coming off and on to get that play call, it's got to be a little exhausting.
He's done that for years. If this was a game situation, you'll see Ryan out at the numbers almost.
Yeah.
For some reason, he doesn't get the refs telling him to get back. He always gets out there and takes advantage of it.
Nice pass here, quick three. Central features the that's a 53 they call that. Just a quick 3-step timing and
it's a nice ball.
Good catch, too. I mean, in traffic. You're not going for the home run, but it does set up a home run, possibly. You got to get that first down, though. So, good job.
They're getting a little rhythm now, it seems.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And, a little spark fire under them after letting that touchdown after, seeing pay dirt and letting it go in the first drive. So, you got to assume they're going to try to hit them back with another right hook here and try to tie it up.
Looks like they're going empty, no back.
Yeah, this is like my favorite. I do. It is making it a little more fun when they spread it out. And more trouble. Salvi corrals it, though, and almost throws a dangerous pass. But what a good job coming on the ball. Number 2 for Central, Cody England, a sophomore. That's what you got to do. You got to come back for the ball. You can't wait for it because Pembroke tried to jump that, and he almost had it too, Coach.
Well, the timing was thrown way off with the pad snap. So,
exactly.
So, Caden did a nice job getting that out of his hands, and actually an athletic job catching the snap because it was not a good snap at all. So that's some of the things. The ball's probably wet down there now.
Well, they definitely got to address that because it all starts with that, doesn't it?
Absolutely. They work on their alignment now. It looks like they're 3-by-1. When they get the extra protector in there, it's a timeout now.
Yeah.
So coach is going to straighten out the formation. He's not very happy through his headset.
Yeah, he's not. He can't miss Coach Ray.
Yeah. You're not happy as a coach when you call a play and they can't line up right. It's frustrating as heck.
I remember Coach Ray was an all-state Shrine Bowler for Memorial back in the ice ages, but he was he was quite the player in high school himself, staying in the city, and he's been here for a while, hasn't he, for Central?
Yeah, quite a few years. I think 14 or so. That'd be a guess, but he's right around there.
That's a good guess.
14,
actually.
15. Yeah.
Unable to get that elusive state title yet, but with the
it's
field the way it is now, it's kind of stacked against them right now.
Yeah,
There's some big time. We saw Bedford. They're good.
Jeez, yeah. They got that Snowden kid back, and
Luke Snowden on the receiver.
So he scored 40 on us in hoop.
He's amazing at basketball, and I saw him make a couple great Spider-Man catches. And they're going to come out wide again as they got 3 on our side. Man in motion here. Central keeping with it, and they're going to hand it off here on a little end around. Got some good space, and that'll go for another 8. Looks like number 7 for Central. That'll be Wyatt Foger, and he is a junior receiver, DB. So you got the ball in someone on a playmaker's hand right there.
They just went 3-by-1 and ran a little jet sweep. You can either three-man side. You can either run the guys off or stock block, and they did some stock blocking there. The kid got the edge, and quick little kid.
Yeah. So we'll see what Salvi can do here as he spreads it out. Coach Ray's just going to keep the ball rolling, keep it moving, and why not, right?
Yeah, I mean,
tire the D out a little bit, but nice run up the middle, and you could see, wow, nice little move right there. Got some laundry on the field, though. Number 75, Nicholas Barbie. Keep an eye on him, Coach.
Yeah.
He's one of the guys that Coach said to look at. He just absolutely
pancake.
Oh my God! He opened that hole up. He's probably one of the better linemen in the state this year. So keep an eye on 75 on both sides of the ball.
Well, that might have been a hold on a downfield. Yeah. Unfortunately.
That's
it was a downfield blocker, so probably one of the receivers making a downfield block.
That sucks when you do that, because you have momentum, and then but it's they do have a pretty prolific offense potential to gain it back, I suppose. It's not ideal though, for sure.
No, but now you're first and
20?
7 or 8. No, because it's a spot foul.
Okay, good.
So you're going back, so you still get the first down. And now you're first in 8, 7.
Mm-hmm.
So you got some options here. You can run the ball here and be at 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4.
Yeah, I have a feeling. Look for number 11 too, Bennett. He's gonna be doing some type of post at some point here. You have to assume, but he's gonna continue with King and up the middle, and he's gonna be swarmed like a beehive right there. About 6 players. And guess who? Number 32, doing his thing again.
A guy.
It's kind of a power number 32, isn't it?
Yeah, well, especially he's got the old school. Looks like he's got the old school horse collar going.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
And I got to say that Pembroke seems to have the intensity.
When we played them, I'll say this, the kids always played hard.
Mm-hmm.
They we had some tough battles with them, and they play hard. Even if they're outmatched, they're –
King's doing some kind of –
yeah, that's encroachment.
I don't know what that was. It was that like an indicator? Or it was number 5, in the backfield. It was a weird lineup, it feels like. Number 6 was doing like a flipper. But it's probably a read or something, I assume. So that'll help offense go here, 2nd and 6 on a nice night here at Gill Stadium. Here with Coach Buzz.
Well,
3 times now, get on that ball. Yeah, and Coach, that's killing him, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean.
It's like playing poker with 4 cards versus someone with 5. You can't.
It's brutal. I mean, it's like I thought that one was catchable. More catchable than the one he grabbed before. But sometimes, your hands are slick. The rain has kind of stopped now. Maybe it's just coming down a little bit. But
so there's a couple things that can happen there. Now that even in the good snaps now, he's kind of thrown out. He's going to be expecting that.
Yeah.
And he gets him out of his rhythm as Coach Ray's going to take a timeout. We're here at Gill Stadium, the final game of the day. It's been a long one, but a fun one. And just like that, Coach, we're halfway through this.
Yeah, I mean, it's they're quick games, right? It's only a half, and Pembroke had that big long drive, so that took a lot of time off the clock. And Central's been, they probably have time of possession, but they need to finish things off and not have negative plays like that. That's going to kill them in the long run, So, well, we'll see. We'll see if Central can get a drive together here. It is 3rd and 6. So
it looks like
I don't know if they have the chain set up correctly right now. It's definitely 3rd and 6. There we go. Line judge is fixing them over there.
Yeah, and they're going to switch sides here. And, I mean, you get a sweat going, and then it's time to go home after these jamborees. I like that. It seemed like the Memorial game was definitely a little longer, but this is like, quick, just keeping the ball rolling, keeping the clock.
They can't quite get the chains correct. I don't know if that is okay. So they lost that much yardage on the snap. So it's 3rd and 12, 3rd and 13. Okay.
Good on the short side here, number 11, Egan Bennett. We've seen him be featured. See if they go to him real quick on a quick hitch or something. Backstep, timing pattern, wide open over the middle, and he kind of caught it, and then he missed it.
Yeah,
that's
he slid down trying to get back to the football, and kind of let the ball get to his shoulder pads. And once that happens, it's tough to hold on to it.
Well, Coach will put that in the back of his mind that was wide open. Maybe switch, flip the formation and run it the other way or something. But that was wide open. I guess I don't know. I guess it could have been a better throw, but it seemed like a catchable ball. But again, we're up here in the nice booth,
Right.
But Central's going to come out and keep the ball rolling here. 4th and 13. Wide open, nice pass, nice pattern, huh, Coach?
Yeah, it was good because Pembroke was in a cover 4 there, so the middle of the field was not there. So it was a smart play to go there. Now, did they get it, or were they short?
Oh man,
because Pembroke is celebrating.
And you were talking about the chains before,
right?
I wonder if
I think they were short.
It really did look like he got it, but maybe.
You know what? He caught it out of bounds. It was an incomplete pass.
Oh,
they're spotting it way back there.
Yeah, that would work in Canadian football, perhaps a little more, but here in New Hampshire, that's definitely.
But I mean, again, a good design play against the defense that he was looking at. So it was 2 high safeties. So he's looking to get the first down and throw it to the chains. So the right play, not the right execution, right?
I mean, if Pembroke's really trying to get this victory, they're going to ride at 32. And they have their own woes right there.
Yeah.
So we've seen about, 4 or 5 muffed snaps there.
Yeah, I don't think it's the weather. I think it's the timing, It's like, that was a ground ball he snapped back there.
Yeah. Good job hopping on the ball. A lot of quarterbacks will try to do too much with that. Live to see another day. Keep the ball. Sometimes that broken play can turn into a big play too, though, right?
Sure.
Throws the schoolyard
if you have the
effect
right athlete
into it.
back there. If you have the right athlete, it definitely can.
So you get number 5 in the slot here. You don't see them wide it out much. End around, all over it, moving backwards. And Central gets a strip ball. Here he goes. Picks it up. Pater, baby. Touchdown. CHS. Stripped the ball, and he just scooped and scored. Touchdown.
Yeah, it was a great play. It was number 11 that scooped it.
Absolutely.
You were talking about him, and it was a nice scoop and score. Ball bounced right in his arms.
Yeah, he got the fruit for his labors right there.
Yeah.
So, we were just talking about hopping on it. Oh, what do I know, right? So, good job. That's what kind of a D1 school kind of does. Bring to the table these big play abilities.
And if I'm Pembroke, maybe I'm looking back at that last series and saying, why am I not handing the ball to 32 a little bit?
Right.
To take some time off the clock, right? And maybe get a drive together.
Yeah,
Instead, they had the bad snap, and then they tried to get a little fancy there.
They did. They went with an end around to a receiver, a lesser
Yeah.
ball handler, ball safety, but then, good job capitalizing. Still got to do that. So here's the extra point. Try to take the lead here. It's the snap, and it's up, and that looks pretty solid as they put their raise your hand if I'm sure deodorant commercial impression. So 7-6 here, Coach, and looks like they get a kicker, so that's good. We've been talking about that all day.
Yeah, that kid booted it right through.
He did.
So 7-6, and game's been pretty even so far. I mean, Pembroke had a couple drives, but like each team offensively have stepped on their own toes a little bit.
More importantly, it kind of revitalized the sideline a little bit as they were kind of flat, thinking we can't lose this thing, even though it doesn't matter. But it does matter a little bit, morale and all that.
Teams are on the wrong side here.
Yeah.
Pembroke's got to flip the field here. The returners are deep the other way.
Yeah, I was out on the field earlier as well, and it's just a quicker. There's some athletes out there, huh?
Oh, definitely. And we were talking about Memorial. How Alessandro didn't play today, and I actually saw him down there. And he's actually going to a prep school, so he's not going to be around this year.
So he won't be.
Yeah, so they lost him.
Good time to turn into a.
a
double option, a triple option.
Sometimes it's better for the kids. It's like if you're a good coach and you're looking for the best for each kid, and sometimes that's the best for the kid.
Well, he's a stud for sure. I mean, he was making some catches last year. But also you see that a lot. I mean, you see, Bike from Trinity, the basketball player. He's not going to be returning. He's going to go do the prep school. I mean, you're right. You got to look for the future. As exciting as it is to call games and watch them, you got to, assume that's for their best option for college.
I think it's the best option for some kids, not for all kids. And, it depends on each individual situation,
Bike was the player of the year.
I mean, that kid, it's kind of a no-brainer. He has nothing to prove. And,
he's money.
I am absolutely glad he's gone.
He's money.
Because I didn't want to play against that kid again.
Lights out.
I mean, he's just different. He's different. The kid's got a motor on him.
So that probably puts Soden from Bedford one of the top players this year for basketball.
Yeah.
He plays football too. So here, back to the here at Jim Schubert Field at Gill Stadium, and it's nice being up here, get a nice view of the game, and get a little nostalgia too as we see that big C right in the middle of the field there, Coach. I know you're a big fan. Did you ever coach Central at all? Have you ever been involved in Central?
No. I came close a couple times, a couple different sports, but no.
So would you say, unlike me, is my favorite, would you say you enjoy seeing them
well, yeah. I mean,
struggle?
Of course, no, I do not. I mean, I have a lot of background at Central, especially my cousin, we mentioned Dickie before, being the strength coach and basically bringing strength and conditioning to Central.
Strength coach and also a counselor almost too. He was always there to talk to.
And his brother, my other cousin Dan Riley, who went on to be a strength coach in the NFL for many years and is now retired. So those guys were a different animal, and the game was different back then too. So the game is a lot different now. The way you practice, the way you play, the way
you hit too. I remember a lot of head-to-head stuff that's been eliminated now. Here's a roll-up pass going opposite field, dangerous pass. Had him, Coach. Number 4 there made a bid on the play.
He kind of had to wait on it a little bit. It was a little late. He had a step on the kid, and the ball kind of floated up a little bit. It wasn't a bad ball, but it kind of floated. Yeah, but they definitely went for the touchdown there.
Yeah, they rolled out right and, tried to play that safety. The safety kind of got a little caught, and maybe they're doing I don't know if they're doing a 2-zone or what, but they saw something and they implemented, and it's a good play call. But unfortunately,
maybe that's why they tried to get the ball to that kid before, on that jet sweep when he fumbled it, because he looks like an athlete.
Benaiah Hansen is his name, and he is an athlete, you can tell. And when you are Pembroke, you have a few really stud players. You kind of got to lean on them, don't you?
Yeah, definitely.
Here's number 32. Here's our guy, number 32. As he gets kind of predicted, I feel like Central kind of.
Yeah, it was a read option where quarterback had the option to pull it out, but there was nowhere to go. Central just swarmed on that. So last two possessions from Pembroke have not been great, but 3rd and 10 here.
3rd and 10, yeah, and they're going to give him a little cushion. And if you're the center fielder, you know, playing safety here, you got to kind of keep everything in front of you, you know. Deep is the deepest, they used to say.
Right.
But they're going to come out wide, and they're going to do a couple signals, here you go, wide open, and unfortunately did miss that. He did have a first down. It looked like if he caught it.
Yeah.
Definitely hurt
behind him a little bit.
And, you know, there's definitely footsteps.
Yeah.
Whether you hear them or not, you know they're coming, and no one wants to get – he kind of laid him. Quarterback kind of
he threw
set him up for a layout
hit. He threw it behind him, so he had to turn around to try to make the play. It would have been a spectacular catch if he caught it. So let's see if Pembroke can get the punt off this time. Remember the first time they tried a little sneaky punt without – maybe they don't have a long snapper that can snap it that deep, but that is not deep enough.
We're going to find out.
He's only standing at like 8.
It's deeper than before, though, I feel like.
Yeah, he should be further back.
They're going to go for it, I think. Nope, they're punting.
No, see,
look at this.
See that he's
good job. Though.
He's not far back enough.
How about that?
So it's like I don't know if that's designed because they don't have
I hate it.
They don't have. I mean, I can tell you a couple things, right? So they may not have a long snapper, so they're trying different things. But you know, I've seen teams snap it to the quarterback and then pitch it to the guy. That gives them a little bit of room to punt it. But just catching it at 7 yards, think about it. If you're standing at 7 or 8 yards with your heels and you're getting the snap, you're automatically stepping up, right? And then you're going to step up the punt. So you're stepping into the pressure. I mean, right? The kid was right on top of him. And,
right on time. It's like he got untouched. And also he did a good job getting around him and kicking
it's
that
almost
ball.
like a miracle to get the punt off. You don't need that. You're going to have a Central a little confused here.
Yeah, a little bit. They're just coming out speedy, and they got a lot of athletes out there. End around, gets the ball, gets a nice seal block, and look at that running, coach. Slippery sliding, and there he goes. So
Who's
good
that,
run.
Number 7?
Yeah, number 7. Good run there, and picked up a nice block on the stock blocking on the edge there from the receiver. We mentioned last time how important that is. He really centered him up and broke a couple tackles, and Central's in business here with 9:57 to go in this half exhibition here. So Central is they're out. Looks like someone's down right now. So we'll be back for Manchester Television. I'm Mike Gonzalez. This is Coach Buzz, and we're here on Friday night. We'll be back after this. So we're back here. It looks like, football is a hardcore sport, so a little shaken up, but he's back. Good to see no one's really injured. 9:57 to go, Coach. Central's moving the ball, and, but Pembroke, I got to say, is showing up today.
Yeah, they're playing hard. They had a couple mistakes, but that's, par for the course.
Yeah, short side, kind of 3 wide left. Selvey rolls out, and he's got a guy on the flat, couple guys on the flat. Hits the right guy as he makes a quick stutter move. That was a nice little juke in Madden. That would be an R2 button. hit that R3 button. Whoop-de-doo, and he gets by him. But
you see Coach talking to him now because 2 guys ran the same route. Number 7 and number 9. They ran the same exact route. So I've seen Coach Ray go over and talk to one of them.
Yeah, dealer's choice on that one.
Yeah, they were in the same exact spot. So
9 did a good job, conceding and then leading the way for a block. So but you're right. You don't. But they were both open.
yeah. I mean,
so. Good throw, too, yeah.
Yeah, good ball. I mean, I can see what you mean with this kid. He gets the ball out of his hands nice.
Yeah, look for number 12 on the far side. Ethan Seneska,
timeout.
Senior, and Ray's going to go out there. He doesn't waste any time of getting out there, does he? He's got a couple things to say as Water Boys come out. Good job. Central, you always see Chris Paneries out there for basketball and football. He's bleeds green.
Yeah, he's
Can't
been around for a long time.
Can't get rid of that kid.
Yeah, he's been around for a long time, and yeah, I'm glad to see it.
Yeah, he kind of graduates with each coaching staff, no matter what. But
right.
it's good to see, and he's like an ambassador for Central.
Right.
So good to see him out there. You know, he gets up for these games, and Coach Ray is out there, and he's got he's not passive, I'd say. He's not he's not out there asking them what they want for dessert.
No.
He's
Yeah.
But a coach like that, when effective, can really, it can be good when the head coach comes out and talks to you. Jim Schubert used to come out and talk to the defense in the middle of the game, and it was kind of inspiring sometimes not.
Right.
Snap here, wide open in the flat there. He's got him. He's going to make a move, and wow, he just splits the defender and takes a big hit. It's number 7 again, so they're going to keep riding that Wyatt train right now.
So, Wyatt's not on our players to watch list here, and it's like he's making all the plays out there.
He sure is.
Yeah, he's quick.
Good
hands.
Yeah.
Is he a young guy? What year is he?
He's a junior.
Okay.
He plays DB and receiver, and you're right. Quarterbacks kind of have their favorite people, too. Like, you got to assume being a junior with Salvi,
favorite people are the guys that can get open and catch a ball.
Right.
Well, if you can get open and catch it, you'll quickly become a quarterback's favorite.
Exactly. Catching is key. So he goes shotgun again here with 8:40 to go here in this Jamboree main event. Snap up the middle. Gonna give it to King again. Wow, nice little move there, and that was pretty. Nifty move by Central, and they are on the board again as that is pretty easy touchdown right there.
Yeah, his feet just move, huh? He's like a water bug out there.
Yeah, I'm impressed by his elusiveness, and, there is an art to handing off, and it seems like, they have good timing on that as well. Getting their snaps better now, that helps.
Yeah.
So
they're looking a little bit better now. They had a couple of good defensive series, and now offensively, they moved it right down the field, so that's good.
Yeah, I had predicted Central would win by a couple touchdowns, so it looks like they're moving it along again. Wonder if, at some point, Coach wants to see a lot of people play, so Bedford got a chance to look at some, backup players.
Right. But that game was, 25-0 at the time. So
sure was.
This is only 14-6. So I don't think.
No.
I don't think Coach is going to clear the bench as of yet.
Now, did you try to? How did you rode your guys? Did you just in a situation like this? Would you stick with your number ones?
Well, it depends on the situation. It was a couple of times when we played in this thing, and it was blistering hot out there.
Yeah.
So, you're a week away from playing in a real football game. So you don't want to kill your kids. So, there's a couple of times where we just played our kids. We just went into the game saying we're playing our ones for one quarter, and that's it. No matter what the score is, no matter what the situation is. So, but then you get into the game and you get competitive.
And they don't want to come out either.
Well, they don't want to come out.
They're begging you to stay.
And your coaching staff is like, so there was a couple times I just did it. And, there was one particular time where Trinity came back and beat us because we had our twos in there. But
oh, really?
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter, I guess.
It was 100 degrees out there. It was so hot. So it was like.
Not this summer. It's been a weird summer for sure.
Yeah. Today's beautiful, right? You can't beat this for football for these kids.
Nope. Tough to beat. Big kick here, so Pembroke's going to field the ball and got a little momentum here. Picks up a block, and good job on special teams. That's kind of their, when I say backups, that's kind of their, sophomores. You make a couple plays on special teams. You get a look, you get fired up, and coach, more off to trust you.
Yeah, when your numbers are in the 50s range and, similar to what we were at West, you got to use the more athletic younger kids on kickoff, on kick return, on on most special teams to try to get the other guys a blow, because otherwise they're never coming off the field, you know?
Right, and a lot of Ironmen, too. I mean, you got to assume that you see King here on the corner. He does running back duties here on the short side cornerback. So you see a lot of numbers on both sides, and it can get pretty – this is one of the hardest sports to catch your wins with, you know?
Yeah. I mean, Central just sold out there on the run man.
Yeah,
that kid had nowhere to go.
That's John Trisciani right there. I mean, he will do that. It can bite you, but, you know, it can lead to touchdowns like they got that strip tackle, you know, aggressive. But
yeah,
as long as they get that safety hanging in there, you can make a little more risk. But Pembroke's coming out wide here. 8:10 to go in. Ticking, so this quarter is a little longer screenplay, it looks like, or they just had what was that, a screen, I hope?
Yeah, it was just out, and he didn't have much time.
Not at all. There's like 6 people that got in, so Central's really coming at them, like you said before.
I think they're winning the battle up front, which is freeing up their linebackers to do whatever they want. So
yeah, I noticed number 70 is really doing a good job out there. Senior Kenny Gardner doing a good job on that line, kind of blowing things up, like you mentioned. That kind of disrupts a lot.
Yeah.
So Pembroke can come out after taking that big loss, and it looks like second and about 15 here. So he's going to roll out, and he's got a lot of pressure. Ducks him. Got a guy wide open there, and he makes the catch. Uh-oh. Big play for Pembroke, and how did he get so open? Number 5 there.
That's Trey Cannon.
Yeah,
that's
a nice pass, too.
Yeah, it was a nice ball. That was a good ball.
I mentioned the safety over the top. I mean,
Trey just beat the kid.
Right.
Beat him, you know, and the kid, quarterback put it right in his arm. So
did a good job avoiding that sack, too. Kind of stepped up in the pocket and delivered a nice ball.
Yeah, if I know Trey, he's got a few things to say after
he
made that catch, too. He can't help himself.
Okay, I see. Oh, nice little misdirection right there. Is that a trap, Coach?
Yeah, Pembroke will do that. It's like a little delay, so make it look like you're going right, and then you come back and trap left, and it's a little delay run.
Those can go for big.
It can definitely throw you off.
Yeah,
because you can over pursue the other way and then get trapped coming back. So
first look at giving him the ball too, number 21, I think it was. So a new look, getting everyone involved here, but mostly they're going to stick with, you know, their go-tos, I think. So spreading it out. So both teams are kind of widening it out today as we go with the shotgun. Looks like comes back, and he's open over the middle, and that's just too easy, I think.
You know, the quarterback's not bad. You know, when he does have time and gets a good snap with the timing correctly, he's throwing the ball right there. That was a nice little ball. Threw it quick, got it out of his hands quick.
Nice little route, too, I think, because, you know, number 87, that'd be Jake. He's been blocking all game, so, you know.
Yeah, he kind of just found a little seam there.
Big guy,
tight
too.
end seam play, and good ball.
Yeah.
So now we're going
now everybody's
3 by 1.
You got 4 coming over here, 4 out, and he's going to go back. Looks like a screen, and that was a nice little setup right there. And that's getting the job done. I mean, that was as screen as it gets, right?
Yeah, I mean, they just went, we got a late flag.
That your boy talking here?
Most probably.
So we got a little laundry. We'll see what happens here. As we got 5 minutes to go here.
He didn't make the catch, and I know he doesn't block anybody. So, I mean,
now you're talking.
The kid's a junior now. He's grown up a lot since playing his freshman year. He might even be a senior. Let me see what he's listed at. Because, you know, when he played for me a few years ago. So,
you're going to back at Central?
He's not listed. It just says his name and number. They're not giving.
It's on Central, so it's a personal foul, and they're gonna walk it off probably halfway to the goal line, right?
Yeah, it was a late flag, so I don't know what the person. What are we calling? Unsportsmanlike?
I feel like
personal foul.
We see this so much out of Central. It's like like
Yeah.
like you saw them first and goal in the one, kind of let that go. It's like, how are we keeping people in the game so often, which gives them a chance to,
It's just why Coach Ray has a gray beard now.
Yeah.
It's why I have no hair on my head.
Yeah, coaching's a little stressful, isn't it?
It can be, yes.
Yeah, and fun, though.
So
right?
they're in this formation now, and they're going to go right up the middle, see?
Yep.
Yeah.
Good call. It's the quarterback keeper right there. People people get excited,
Yeah.
But that was.
I mean, the play was called down.
It said, the play was called.
Kid kind of stripped it out of his hands after forward progress was made. I don't know. That's a decent player if you're on the one, but to try to push in from 3-4 yards away, that's kind of tough. Looks like they're going to use a timeout here.
Yeah, going to get a timeout here, and also Central will get a chance to kind of figure things out.
So no matter what, if you're Pembroke, you're pretty happy with the outcome, even if
Absolutely.
Central would come back and score another touchdown here, because you got 2 drives where you went right down the field
100%
against a D1 team, and with 28 kids on the roster, that's saying something. So
that's tough to manage. When
yeah. I mean, my first year at West, we had about that number, and I've been in a couple of situations like that where kind of had to come in and kind of try to rebuild from scratch. And it's Pembroke. It's just he's not rebuilding anything. That's just the numbers every year there. They have a pretty good soccer program there, and the school's not huge, so they don't get, and they get their basketball kids are basketball kids. They're not going to get crossover players. So
I think one of the major disadvantages is practice squad.
Yeah, I mean
you don't have the numbers to run a real practice. You got to have starters doing scout team, and that's a disadvantage.
Right. Yeah, you got to just get inventive, do like half line stuff, and there's different ways you can do it, but.
So Pembroke here, and Central swarms again, and they're going to keep the
They tried a little shovel pass there. So they tried to over-pursue to get the backers flowing and try a shovel pass, but that didn't work.
We got a player coming off, and, you get those arms stepped on, and, I mean, there's so much that happens in tight in this game. So you shake it off, and Coach Schubert used to go, your shoulder's a long way from your heart, kid.
Yeah.
So Central is looking pretty stern here as we got 3rd and 7 here. Clock's ticking down to 4:20. Pass left, just kind of miss it, and they're going to call it a fumble, and he gets absolutely cleaned up. That's a big hit right there, Coach. And
I don't know if that was a lateral or not. I mean, that looked like a forward pass. So
it did.
It looked like the official was spotting it there. So
yeah, the clock's rolling still, so they are definitely calling
it. He called it a lateral. I mean, the kid that got his clock cleaned.
I think he got confused. I mean, it was forward, but since he turned him around, maybe, I don't know.
So we've had a few teams here in the Jamboree early on get in the red zone, right, and get close and really kind of step on their own toes. And that's part of, getting a rhythm on offense and being able to finish off drives.
Yeah, you're right about that. So he's rolling out here. Got him open, and I'm sorry, but that's too easy.
Yeah. That's Trey Cannon again.
Good play, though. I mean, they've done that a couple times where they roll out right and throw over the middle left. Like, they're picking on that safety right there again. Because the safety's kind of going with the quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't great coverage. He was just wide open.
Yeah.
I don't know how he got that open. We'll have to see that on film, but
it's like a cover 3 zone or something like that, because that wasn't man-to-man, I don't feel like.
So now you got to go for 2 and tie it up.
Yeah, you got to do that. 3:33.
They want the ball on the hash over here. They're asking for the ball on the hash, which you can do.
Okay. Why is that, Coach?
Probably because he's trying to run the same exact play he did right there and roll out to the right. I mean,
yeah, look for the tight end on the middle. Maybe. Yeah, you're right. So there you go. He's going to go for the timing fade again. Same thing they ran last time. And what a nice bid that was. That was close, but in his hands and out of his hands. So good coverage on that is king, as you've seen him do a couple things on defense and a couple things on offense.
Yeah, I mean, they chose to go to the hash and try to isolate Cannon and get the ball to him. And look at good defensive play there.
That was a good defensive play, and they did the same thing last time. I guess that's their extra point play, right?
Yeah, I mean, running the fade to the corner. I mean,
not at much side. Maybe because King isn't, the tallest, they figured they could get an advantage. But good defense on that. And is this like something you would practice an onside kick? Why not? I guess if they're trying to win this thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know you're a purist and you're a coach. And
I'm not a purist.
Well,
but
if it was,
in a jamboree, I wouldn't even be thinking about putting it on. Yeah, it's hard enough to get in special teams this quick. In a jamboree, I'm just kicking it off and.
Right. We got to remember, this is a jamboree. It does have the feel of a real game and all that, but this does not count. And just for fun, as they say, right?
Well, this kid's going to kick a touchback. So, that's the next best thing, right? So now you get the ball on the 20, and Central is forced to do something with the ball. Does Pembroke have any timeouts left? I think they used them both already. So
they give them two timeouts in the
I know. I think so. It shows 3 each on the scoreboard left, but I don't think that's a
no. Because we've seen them use each team.
You probably get 2, and I think they use both of theirs. So they're going to have to stop them and then not have much time left.
I'll bet you Ray comes out throwing though.
That would be silly if the other team does not have timeouts left. I think you're going to run the ball here.
Yeah,
and try to because as much as you want to go for the win, but you also want to teach the kids the right way to play football. And
right,
if you're finishing off something, this is what you want to do. You want to try to get a couple first downs on the ground.
Try to give the ball to King and try to see what he can do. Yeah, so they took your advice there, and good. Wow, he's quick.
Yeah. I mean, his feet kind of move differently, right? He doesn't almost look like he's not going anywhere, right? And he's got the little.
That was cool. I mean, I can see why he's their number 1 right now as a sophomore. That's he's got a bright future here. Good blocking too. You got to give him credit on that. But nice job eluding the tackle there. As Central will keep the ball rolling as the clock ticks down under about 3 minutes here now, Coach, and a couple first downs, and they're.
Yeah, I mean, you got to use every second of the play clock here and just kind of do the same type things. I mean, that snap was a little iffy again, so Pembroke does have a chance if we get another bad snap here or something. There we go, it's a perfect one. And he's throwing the ball. So, what do I know, right?
Wide open, too, huh? Look at that cushion.
But, that's a safe. That's almost like a run play, right?
It is.
So it's like.
I'm wondering if he called it at the line because he saw the cushion.
Right. And,
Coach, and then Coach would be like, "What are you doing?"
That could have been that they saw the cushion from the booth up here too, and because with a quarterback that can throw like that, that's a safe play, and it's almost like a run play. So
it is.
It's almost like outside run, right?
It is. You're right about that. I mean, it's as safe as a throw it can get, and keeps the clock rolling, and we're down to 2:34 here. So they'll start the clock up again.
I think he went out of bounds. No, you're right. They're rolling.
So they're on the ball here.
What took so long?
Maybe his shoe wasn't there. So Central coming out, throwing again, Coach. Here we go. Another. Oh, see, that's not a safe play, is it?
So this just proves that I know absolutely nothing. Because I'd be running the football here.
I think most people would agree with you.
But, again, every team is different. And you don't know what every preseason has been like. And you don't know what Coach wants to work on.
Exactly.
So he's just saying to himself, I need to work on this stuff. And this is my time to do it. And I wouldn't do this if it was a normal game situation. But it isn't.
It isn't.
So,
nope.
This is no criticism on anybody. But, I'm just saying in a game situation – You're going to run the ball there. But here, he's probably just working on stuff.
I don't know. I've seen him do it for years, Coach.
Yeah.
Oh, dangerous play.
Yeah, that's across the field.
He
has a good arm, though.
Yeah, and that's a ball he'd like to have back for sure. George Whitehead, had a good look at it, but sometimes you're looking for to move the ball forward when you're not corralled it yet. So
they kind of brought their sniff back so they got the back that's up ahead behind the tackle. They kind of brought him not in motion, but across the field as kind of an option to throw him to, and he was open in a shorter pattern. So I thought that's what they were going with, but he threw it downfield.
Yeah, that was a heck of a throw. I get it,
Yeah, I mean, it's 3rd and 10 now, so if you don't get a first down here,
I know they kind of give him
you got a punt, right?
It's self mutilated themselves. Like they did to themselves, if Pembroke gets the ball, it's
by running the ball one of those downs, you're down to a minute.
Now they're going to take a timeout. Central will take their timeout here. Coach Ray wants to reassess here and talk to quarterback Salvi here as kind of just walks by him there. And, there's got to be a lot of communication. Did you have a special relationship with your quarterbacks?
It depends on who the quarterback was. Yes, of course you do.
Different, like a unique one, right? You have to.
I mean,
they're your guys. They're your captains.
Yeah, I mean, we had some good ones over there at West, and I had some really good ones when I was at Campbell as well. So,
a lot of trust, right?
Yeah, and a lot of times, the player relations. That's the one thing I do miss. The relationships is nothing. You can coach other sports, but there's nothing like football. So, you develop lifelong relationships with
it's something about
it,
right?
Yeah.
And it's something about a football coach that just looks like a football coach. Like, you can get away with a little more, I feel like, in football. Like, it really is moral building. And there's so many positives from playing football, and one of them is being a team unit and learning how to work together.
Yeah, and you hope to have an impact on them, and maybe they remember the things that you do for them.
Ooh.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, he kind of saw that he didn't have them here. So 4th down, I guess they're going to have to work on their punting game, and maybe Coach Ray wanted to see what kind of defense in the 2-minute drill. He could be, right?
I have no answers. I don't have any answers why. The only possible answer to me is that he wanted to work on his pass game there. And because, if you're thinking strictly on game management, then you're not throwing the ball once there at all. So,
well, I've kept an eye on Central for the last, few years. Some turkey bowls kind of slipped away, when I was – thinking, maybe we should be running a little more.
Yeah.
But, he comes out, he's sticking to his plan, I guess. So he punts it here. Not a bad kick. It's not impressive that much, but he'll kill a couple more ticks on the clock. So we're down to 1:55 here. Pembroke, see what they can do. And if I'm Pembroke, I'm rolling out right, and I'm going to throw to number 4 again, or number 5. Yeah, number 5.
Or that seam play to their tight end that was wide open before to get some room to get down inside the 50 over here. A couple of quick plays, and I mean, for them to even have a chance with the football right now is amazing to me. That they got the football back with 2 minutes left after Central handed it off to their back on the first play, and he got 10 yards, and and after that it was just 3 and out. So I don't know.
So we'll see what Pembroke do here as they go a quick hit, kind of just a quick little pop pass, right?
Yeah, they're just trying to get some room so they can get down closer to try to, throw the long ball.
So see what kind of 2-minute drill Pembroke can put together. They're at their own 38-yard line. We got down to a 1 minute, 30 seconds. So this is probably the closest exciting game we've done today.
Yeah, I mean, the first couple were close, right? And then I didn't catch the final of the Salem BG game, but the Bedford game was a blowout.
Couple touchdowns.
Yeah.
But here comes Pembroke trying to make a splash, and look who it is, number 5, and he gets absolutely monster struck.
Yeah.
Just quarterback just hanging him out to dry on that one. But big hit. But I'll tell you what, that's a tough kid right there, Cannon.
Yeah, he popped right up.
He can take a hit, and he'll put his
said,
body on the line.
Yeah.
But could have caught it too.
Yeah, I mean, that's a that's the play we were looking for, right? But last time they went to their tight end. And this time they went to Trey down there. But
they might just flip it and do it on the other side at some point too. But right now they're staying away from number 12. You can kind of see he's their beast on defense. But big cushion here, and I agree with that. You want to give a little bit of room. Good rush, good evasion. Got that sideline, jumps it, and he gets the pick. And that's what I told you. Number 12, Central's captain, leader on defense, gets the big pick. You got to assume they're going to run it out here, right, Coach?
Yeah, Ethan jumped that, and that was a nice defensive play. Not a great ball.
Not the best ball.
There. He kind of had to elude a couple of rushers there.
Well, that's that kind of key. That was kind of the key. You see a lot of quarterbacks have to do things, force it with the situation, a minute left in the game, and that big pass rush.
Yeah.
Central's put together a few little pass rushes, and that was obviously like.
I think they tried to force it to Cannon.
Yeah.
A couple times on that drive instead of looking for the other guys and
at some point,
them up. Yeah.
At some point, you can. It's like basketball. You kind of cue in on their hot guys. So I'm sure Central had an extra eye on him, as they're going 5 wide here. No running back, Coach. And it looks like you were right. I think Central's going to work on their passing game here. As he goes back, sideline route, and we got a flag on the play. Looks like a holding, so hopefully he doesn't use up all his energy for no reason here. But that is a nice little player Central's got there, and number 7, Wyatt.
That's Wyatt, yeah. I mean, we got a hold on them, but that's exactly what the coach is doing. So I'm kind of glad they get the ball back and are doing that. So he kind of proves my point there that that's what he has to be working on, because game management-wise, it doesn't make any sense at all, right? But he's not thinking that way. He's thinking, I want to work on this stuff, so we have it in our pocket and see which plays work and which plays don't. Because every coach will have his pet plays, right, and they'll see which ones are.
That's a good point, because you look to the left here. We got our assistant coaches. He's charting everything down. So there are methods here, but Central's going to back up way back here. So this is going to be second and like a mile, and it looks like 2nd and 20 here. And you know it, they're coming out throwing here. So Pembroke still alive here.
The only thing they'll want is a pick 6 going.
Right, well, that's the thing. That's exactly the thing. And there's a dangerous pass. And guess what, Coach? Interception. Pembroke gets the big interception, number 87. You saw him make a nice play on offense, and he comes back, and he makes the play here. That would be Jake Menswar, and guess what?
Yeah, so they get another shot at it.
I mean, it's like
it's okay. I mean, but like
it's like a bad Madden game.
Yeah.
But 45 seconds left, and if anything, Central gets to kind of prove their gumption on defense again.
Sure. I guess that's one way of putting it.
Look for number 4 and number 5, right? 87, but look at all the room on the corners here. Ooh, good design right there, but
they're trying to run that screen that they ran before.
And they had it. They had a nice setup.
They had the linemen out there.
Central took the bait.
It's a tough play to run. They ran it pretty well the first time. That one was a little timing was messed up on it.
So, down to 41 seconds here, and, calling up, getting a little game time experience here, and I don't mind it, and plus it's fun to watch. So, see if we can get a nice rush on the edge. Watch number 2 for Central, Cody England. It looks like he's coming in hot right now from the edge as he gets around the corner, and then he gets a nice pass off, and he's 50-50 ball, and it looks like a little bit of a, I don't know, what do you think? A little bit of laundry should be thrown there?
I don't know. And that ball again, he has a nice arm, but it kind of hangs up there a little bit.
It did levitate.
So the timing, Central player was able to come over and knock it down, gave him a little more time with it hanging up there.
Going to number 5 once again, kind of like Hail Mary. Like, not Hail Mary, but you put all your, you got to go with what? what works, and number 5's been working here.
Yeah.
4 and 5 split out far side, and here comes number 2, Fitzgerald. Here's the snap. Good snap. Roll out left, and he's going to go over the middle, and he's got a nice step on him, number 4. And that looks like it could be a lot. And there it goes.
Yeah.
And
that one was definitely pass interference.
Boy, that ref has a nice arm on. You see how fast that
yeah, it's funny how he threw it, and the back judge did not.
It's
possible that the back judge is you know what, though? You know, in high school football, if you have that much space and if you're getting burnt, you tell the kids, go ahead and interfere because, you know, it's only a 15-yard penalty, right? It's not a spot foul.
It's not. You're right.
It's not a spot foul like every college and everything else. So it's 15 yards, but
it's not a touchdown, yeah.
But that does give Pembroke some shots at the end zone here now.
It seems like a really kind of with an uncatchable ball, but it was so egregious of interference that they had to call it, even though the ball was thrown out of bounds.
So where's he going?
Oh, we're going.
The chains have already moved.
We're going backwards, I guess.
Yeah, he's going to go 15 from there.
Okay, so I see what you mean then.
So now you're going to be at about the 40.
From the line,
they don't even know where the line of scrimmage was because now the chain's already moved.
Okay, so you're right.
The line of scrimmage was the 45, so you're going to be at the other 40.
So it's a risk-reward thing, Coach, right?
So right. So, you know, instead of getting burnt for that deep ball, you gave up 15 yards. But, there's 26 seconds left. You got a little bit of time.
We know he can throw 40 yards in the air.
Right,
we've seen it.
And actually, you can get another play off even if you don't go that far. So
here we go down to the wire, 26 seconds. Good pressure, and that is a thwarted effort by Central, and got in there pretty good is number 57 there for Central. So good job by number 57. That'd be Remy Content, a junior, gets around the edge and makes a big play. Kind of squirted up the middle, didn't he?
Yeah, Pembroke did have another timeout, so.
Yeah, it's weird to use it here. Oh, they had to. Yeah, that was a sack.
He had it on a sack.
Yeah, of course. So Pembroke's trying to win, Central's not.
I mean, why wouldn't you? Well, why wouldn't you? I mean,
right.
If you're Pembroke, you've already won, to be honest with you. 14-12 against the D1 team.
They can definitely hold their heads high today.
They're not exactly, haven't been exactly a playoff team in Division II. The last 7 or 8 years, anyways, that I know of.
So they're around the middle of the pack in D2?
Or the lower end of the pack, not even the middle of the pack. So looks like with this quarterback and a couple athletes that they have, they'll be able to compete against the lower Division II teams. Still not the Sauhegans of the world, though, right? You saw the difference in talent there.
Yeah, Sauhegan's really good.
Yeah.
But here we go, Central trying to hold off on this lofty ball, and that's an easy one. That'll come back. That's the one you put back, and he's going to go. Look at him go. He's fast, huh? Oh my. It's Royal Rumble time because he just takes it to the house. An absolute crushing block on number 66.
Yeah, that's a blind side, so you can't do that. So 54 for Central. That's a total blind side block.
You coming back then?
Yeah. Total blind side.
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't want to say cheap, but it was a little cheap.
No, it depends. I don't think that one was, but they'll call that 9 times out of 10 or 99 times out of 100. Those blindside ones that look that bad, that are that much of a crushing blow, most of the time you're going to get the call.
So sophomore Caleb Grondin will erase that touchdown off the board. And, I guess
are we going to take a knee now, or are we
they're going to
going 3-by-2 and trying to run the ball, trying to pass the ball with
Coach, they're going 15 back. Wait. They do get to keep the ball, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, we're taking a knee, right? We're not going 3-by-2 and trying to throw a
I don't know,
hooks it or whatever they call their
hook and ladder.
That's one of their hooks it is one of their pass plays.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't think they should call it hooks it anymore because there are no hooks it kids.
No.
So maybe you should find another name for that play. That goes back to years and years. So.
Call it Beach Street or something. But Central's going to. And, you mentioned they got to learn how to win. This is also something people do, right? So you might as well practice taking a knee too. Sometimes you
Right.
can screw that up too, you know?
Might be the only time they do it all year.
Look at this. Unbelievable.
Wow.
So that'll do it. But, yeah, thanks, Coach. It's been a long day and a fun one too. You know, we love you anytime, you know.
Yeah, I like being around the game, and this is a good way to do it. So
Yeah.
you guys want to have me, I'll be around anytime I get a little bit of knowledge anyways.
Definitely. So for Jason Cody, for Kyle Heavey, I'm Mike Gonzalez. For Brandon McCormick, Joe Lar, and Coach Buzzy here for WMNH Manchester Public Television. Have a good one. Central squeaks out an exhibition win, 14-12. Any last words, Coach?
No, I enjoyed all the games, and very interesting to see the teams. And I haven't been around football in the preseason, so it was cool, and glad you guys had me. Thank you.
I think you're right about Pembroke getting the moral win here. Central's got a little work to go, you know, letting up some, you know, good opportunities. But anyway, you're moving on week 1 next week, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. We'll be back, and have a great night, guys. Thanks for tuning in.